From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Good afternoon. We're looking at temperatures into the 30s right now, 38 degrees across the board from Grand Ledge into Lansing and even into Jackson. Hillsdale, you're sitting at 37 degrees. We're seeing beautiful blue skies. However, we're really feeling a little bit chilly thanks to that wind. Feels like temperatures are into the 20s, 28 degrees in Lansing, 30 in Jackson, and 30 degrees in Hillsdale. Over looking at satellite and radar, we're seeing those clouds slowly start to leave the area, and we'll see plenty of sunshine for the rest of the day. Temperatures, though, remain into the 30s with clouds returning by this afternoon and evening. I'll have the full details coming up in just a little bit. 6 News at noon starts right now.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News at noon.
President-elect Donald Trump now threatening to use tariffs as a way to help stop the flow of illegal drugs and migrants into the United States. It's our top story at noon. Hello, and thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Megan Vaselli. Mr. Trump shared his plan the same day the Justice Department's special counsel moved to drop 2 federal cases against him. Natalie Brand is here for you with the latest from Washington.
Making good on a campaign promise, President-elect Donald Trump threatened on social media that one of his first executive orders will be to charge Mexico and Canada a 25% tariff on all products coming into the United States. He also says he'll charge China an additional 10% tariff. Trump says he's putting pressure on these countries to stop the flow of drugs such as fentanyl and migrants from coming across the border.
The question really is, how big are these tariffs going to be? Because this is the first salvo. It could be a negotiation. We don't know for sure.
Canadian officials say they will discuss the issues with the incoming administration.
Mexico's president also said she was willing to talk, but suggested Tuesday that Mexico could respond with tariffs of its own. And a Chinese embassy official warned that no one will win a trade or tariff war.
The president-elect notched a big legal win Monday after the Justice Department special counsel effectively dropped 2 high-profile cases against him. Jack Smith says that Trump's re-election means he cannot be tried on charges that he plotted to overturn the results of the 2020 election.
The dismissal is not because they don't stand behind the evidence, they feel it's strong, but because the Constitution mandates that they cannot prosecute a sitting president.
Smith also asked a federal appeals court to remove Trump as a defendant in the classified documents case in Florida, which is currently being appealed. Trump called the cases political hijacking. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Meanwhile, Mexico's president suggested the nation could retaliate with tariffs of its own. This after President-elect Trump's threat to impose 25% tariffs on Mexican goods if the country doesn't stop the flow of drugs and migrants across the southern border. Mexico's president says she's willing to engage in talks on these issues, but said drugs are an American problem. Several law enforcement agencies are holding a press briefing in Jackson right now, offering new details on the violent shootout that happened earlier this month.
There is that president.
They say the suspect, Jacob Hikes, fired at investigators and threw several pipe bombs at them from his car. The video you just saw shows police narrowly dodge an explosion from one of those homemade pipe bombs. Elmer Hitt, City of Jackson Director of Police and Fire Safety, says the actions of the officers were nothing but heroic and extraordinary that day. Investigators say they began chasing Hikes after he shot his brother in Lenawee County, and they tracked him down in Jackson. Hikes was later shot and killed while exchanging gunfire with police. Of course, stay with 6 News for updates following this afternoon's press conference. A tank containing byproducts from oil drilling operations exploded and caught on fire near the General Motors Proving Ground in Milford. That's according to fire crews who say the explosion damaged 2 nearby homes. Brighton Area Fire Authority Chief Michael O'Brien says crews responded to the site this morning. The explosion shattered windows in 2 nearby homes, but no one reported any injuries. O'Brien says it happened at a site leased by a third party adjacent to the GM Grounds property, which is about 45 miles northwest of Detroit. The video shows flames soaring above the site, and people living nearby told reporters there that they felt the explosion from miles away. The The Biden administration proposed a new rule this morning that would make millions of Americans eligible to have Medicare or Medicaid cover popular weight loss drugs like Wegovy or Zepbound. The proposal, which wouldn't be finalized until after President-elect Trump takes office, could cost taxpayers as much as $35 billion over the next decade. It would give millions of Americans access to weekly injectables that have helped people shed pounds so quickly, some have even labeled them miracle drugs. Home testing kits can substantially increase screening for colorectal cancer. New research from the University of North Carolina looked at about 4,000 adults with average risk. The study found that those who received the at-home kits were 3 times more likely to be screened within 6 months. A positive result on the home test indicates trace amounts of blood in the stool, which can be an early sign of cancer.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, we're seeing those quiet conditions right now, although it's very cool outside compared to where we were yesterday. Taking a look at our McLaren cam, we see bright blue skies and just a little bit of some clouds here and there. And our temperatures even into downtown are a little bit chilly, but we're also noticing that it's starting to feel a lot cooler as well. Feels like temperatures only into the 20s this morning and into this afternoon. 38 degrees is our temperature right now, and down into Grand Ledge, temperatures are into the 30s. However, because we have a wind, those feels like temperatures are going to start to feel a little bit cooler, as you can see, into the 30s, the low 30s for this afternoon. Even down into Hillsdale, we're seeing temperatures into the upper 30s. A southwest wind still making us feel like we're into the 30s. And even down into Jackson, the trees are moving, and our downtown cam is looking a little bit active today, but temperatures into the 30s, feeling like 30 degrees because of those westerly winds. And we're seeing those clouds slowly start to fizzle out as a high pressure system works in, but that is all thanks to that high pressure system, as our low pressure system is moving to the east. Along with it, a lot of that rainfall back over towards the New England area. For today, though, we'll see mostly sunny skies with temperatures back into the 30s. Clouds do return for tonight and even into tomorrow morning. Temperatures today, 39 degrees, upper 30s, which is pretty close to average. However, when you factor in those winds from the backside of that low pressure system, we're going to feel a little bit chilly. In fact, we're going to continue to see gusts up to 10 to 20, maybe even 30 miles an hour for this afternoon. They'll come down as we head into tonight, but as we see those feels like temperatures, we'll feel like we're only into the 20s at times, 27 degrees by this afternoon, dipping all the way down into the low 20s for this evening. That's our feels like temperatures for tonight and today and tonight. As we head into tonight, temperatures are going to drop back down into the 20s, 28 degrees with mostly cloudy skies, and then our focus turns to our holiday plans. Now, if you're traveling, we're going to continue to see mostly cloudy skies and temperatures back into the 30s for tomorrow, upper 30s to low 40s with mostly cloudy skies. And as you can see, it's going to be a very chilly Thanksgiving as we continue to see a turkey dressed into a rather chilly looking forecast. Most of the snow will stay to our south, as you can see most of it into the Ohio Valley. For us, we're just going to see mostly cloudy skies, maybe a few sprinkles and snow showers here for mid-Michigan. Other than that, we're going to continue to see some very cold temperatures in the 6-day forecast. Temperatures are going to slowly cool down as we continue to see cloudy skies, and yes, the daily chances for snow showers up ahead. Temperatures move from the 40s down into the 30s and eventually even into the 20s by the weekend, and that does come with the chance for some lake effect snow showers as we head into the end of the week and towards the weekend. Now, it's not going to be a whole lot of accumulation for us, but those living along that lake shore could see some accumulation over there. But for us, maybe just a dusting on those colder surfaces.
All right, well, we'll take it. Thank you so much, Kelsey.